Welcome to our Mobilizing Leadership production of Living Leadership. This series works from the premise that leadership is not a title, but a mindset. Filmed in one take, it explores how people navigate beyond the status quo and captures their insights on what leadership looks like across their work, life, and community. The Discovery Whiteboard session is facilitated by Stuart Morse, and we welcome our guest. So welcome back to another Living Leadership interview, and we are here with Jose Jones. Jose, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jose Jones, and I'm a retired professional boxer. I'm a licensed professional counselor here in St. Charles, Missouri, here in St. Louis, Missouri. And well, I am the owner of the boxing therapy.
Awesome. So, we always talk a lot about how leadership's not a title, but it's a mindset that everybody can adopt. How do you, and if it's a mindset, how does that show up for you across work, life, and in the community?
Well, I feel like I adopted the philosophy of boxing inside of my life, right?
Okay.
Into my life. Why? Because I believe that as a boxer, as a fighter, retired professional boxer, I always had the mindset that I'm going to be a champion, that I wanted to be the champion of the entire world, right?
Right.
So I wake up thinking that, right?
So now, that champion is it. So what I'm hearing you say is, from boxing, that champion is a mindset.
It's a mindset, absolutely.
Okay.
That's something that you develop, in training. But once you develop that mindset in training, then you can also you can connect that with life. So
okay, so to be this champion, you're doing training.
Yes. So
you're training in this, but this also then shows up. Then it's a way you live your life. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And I feel like with me personally, training so hard every day, I was able to when there were days that even my girlfriend back then was telling me, okay, Jose, let's do this. I was like, okay, we got to do it, or I wanted to pursue another career. I was like, okay, I already have that championship mindset because that's what I do in the ring. So let's go ahead and apply that to my life.
So the world becomes the ring?
Yeah, the world, yeah, right.
Okay.
Right.
And what is that, okay, so if you adopt this idea, everything, what I'm hearing you say is, since you had this experience,
yes,
now in life, everything becomes the ring. So what is that, what are you watching in yourself? When you start to embrace that, what are you noticing about yourself, or what are key things you lock in on it to keep that mindset?
Well, I feel like one of the things that I see, well, the first thing that I see is that in the ring, anything can happen.
Okay.
In the thing I'm fighting towards a goal, towards an accomplishment, a dream, but also I could be fighting versus me. So I see it as two opponents.
Okay.
I see life would be one, and then me would be kind of like the biggest one, right? So when I say me now,
you're going for a goal, but you really got to watch yourself.
Yes,
right?
That's how you started right here. You guys start with me first, right?
Okay, so you got to go there first.
Yes.
And what about that?
Well, with me, it could be anything. It could be like if I'm going through things, and I'm gonna go ahead and just write it down like the acronyms, right? I'm gonna go ahead and write A. It could be like anxiety, right?
Okay.
Yeah, anxiety could be one of the things that I could be fighting daily.
Okay.
Right? How about I do the D? I do that the first letter and you finish.
Okay, sounds
great. My handwriting, I don't trust my handwriting. Okay, I just want to say thank.
And I don't trust my spelling, so we'll get along great.
You're right. You're saying because I'm about to write it in Spanish. So right. D, you see, that would be my D.
Oh, that's a perfect D.
That's what I'm saying. D, depression.
Oh.
Right.
Anxiety, depression.
Absolutely, depression.
Do you think that, I'm going to pause you there, this anxiety, depression, does every boxer kind of address that? Because, or is that something just in you, or you see that across everyone who's trying to push for a goal?
Yeah, I feel like that's something that I see it on myself, and I see now that I have a boxing gym, I see that in every fighter. Okay. Now, there's a lot of people that they don't, talk openly.
So they made it, but it's living underneath the surface.
Absolutely. And that's kind of like the entire. Well, that's a whole different topic, but that's kind of like the mission of the entire gym is to work on this type of issues, and then once we work on those issues, then we can work on.
Because once you step into the ring, anything can happen. We need to have an understanding of this.
Yeah, of what's my anxiety, what I'm fighting for, or if I'm depressed, or there's something that is bothering me. Because all those type of problems, you can bring them into the fight.
And so it could keep you from
absolutely. It could keep you from achieving your goal. So that's kind of like that mindset that I had, especially the me. Right. Anger too. Anger will be another A.
Another A for anger.
Yes, right. Anger towards anybody. Anybody that caused me pain in the past. Could be my parents. Could be my my grandparents. Could be I don't know. My friends. Anybody really.
So a lot of. It's interesting you say anger because I think of boxing and you'd have to be careful, I would imagine, of
absolutely
anger coming into the ring because you could what would it cause if you let anger take over?
Well, you can definitely lose a fight. I mean, you can definitely lose a fight, and that's one of the main things that we tell all our fighters, and you will see a lot of coaches talking about don't ever get angry in the ring, because trust me, that calmer that fighter that's the fighter that is thinking, that's the fighter that stay calm, that's the fighter that's is thinking about what's going on. That's
so you bring this into your life then?
Yes, absolutely.
Watch out for that.
Yeah, watch out big time. So
how do you see that? Are these the main three, or are there others?
Well, for me, that I feel like that was like that one would be stress. Having a lot of stress in my life. I stress because of anything really, financial, personal, relationship, work, right? So those are, I would say that for me, those were the ones that I definitely have to battle.
So this is about really leading yourself, right?
Yes.
To a goal.
Yes.
What do you see about when you're trying to lead others, or you're trying to help others to realize this? What does that start to look like?
Well, it starts to look, first of all, everything starts with a conversation. Everybody that comes to the gym, I ask them, I have more like a screening session or intake, let's put it like that. Quick intake, nothing high, high level. It's more like I get to meet the fighters, I get to meet everybody personally, and I ask them, because this is a gym that besides them working out here, they get to also have a counseling session when they need it, or life coach session, or a mentoring session. So I really kind of like ask them, there's something that is bothering them, and they, of course, this is something. It's always been the stigma about all this, especially these four right here. That a lot of people, they don't want to talk about mental health. They don't want to talk about how they feeling. But my job is to little by little create that rapport, create that trust, and for them to be able to one day say, you know what, I'm not boxing today, Jose, or I'm not boxing today, Coach. I want to sit down and talk to you. So that would be a goal.
Right. So this that you've been describing from boxing, how does this translate into people you work with that are not boxers? That are you're giving. It sounds like you're giving through boxing therapy. You're giving access.
Yeah.
You're giving people access to this kind of thinking and this mindset. Yeah. Would it be fair to say that if they start to embrace this allows them to lead in their personal lives?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because that's why and that's when it comes to like understanding that that's what we have is saying here at the boxing gym is like life is a fight. Life is a fight for your dreams. We all get knocked down.
Right.
Right, but we all have the power to come back and continue to get up and continue to fight for your goal, for your dream, for your achievement. So it's kind of like, of course, once you, and that's a beautiful thing, that once we have new people, or we do presentations or workshops, that's kind of like that, the philosophy that we spread, that we all champions, no matter what, and that's we go
right.
We
so
go
life
back.
Is a fight, and it's coming back up here.
Yeah,
be a champion.
That's right. But to be a champion, of course, we understand that these are knockdowns. We call these basically knockdowns. When we feel anxious, when you have a depression situation, when you have an anger episode, or when you have stress in your life, we call it knockdown. We have to understand that that's not a knockout. That's a knockdown. Knockdown is like you get knocked down, you get back up, brush it up.
It's not a knockout.
No, yeah, that's right. It's not a KO yet, right? Because KO, we believe in KO when you're gone. You know what I'm saying? When you're no longer here in this world. But as long as you have a breath, and you can definitely can breathe and can move, and I mean, like, we always can fight.
So this makes me, I've heard this phrase out there, and I'm probably going to get it wrong,
Yeah.
but it's not the character or someone's ability. It's about the person who picks themselves back up after getting knocked down.
Yeah, you're right. And he's called, like, it's not about the knockdown, it's all about the get up.
Right.
It's about how can we bounce back after the knockdown.
Okay.
And that is kind of like the entire, you see, that's the entire philosophy of the program right now. And then, of course, it will lead us to the goal. And no matter what's going on, we have to believe that we all champions. We all have the power to get up. When I tell people that, it comes down to, because it sounds beautiful, right? But then I see everything as a fight. I see everything as, like, when we go into life, when we go into a workplace, we have to understand that you have to have the right team with you. So that's what we believe, and we say all the time, like, nothing is never done alone.
Okay, right? So in comes this piece. Well, here, I'll put it over here.
Yeah.
In comes this piece of team.
Yes, absolutely, team.
So how does this start to manifest itself in a team?
Well, because first thing is embrace it. I would say, like, embrace it, realize it, don't fight it, understanding that, hey, you know what? I got it knocked down. What do I do? Well, you in a workplace, or you in a team, or you in a club, or any type of association, right? Then you have to, like, definitely speak up, realize it. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna go ahead and play the macho girl or the macho man or whatever. I just came out with a new term, macho girl. I don't know where I came down from, but anyhow. But you know what I mean? It's just like, realize it. I'm going to contact my team, my coaches, or my.
So it sounds like I hear you talking similar to this. Just the individual in the ring now, the team is in the fight together.
Yes.
And don't cover these things up, because you're then covering up what could knock down, what could be knockdowns, and you're not.
Yeah.
Some you could have a knockdown right in frwn of you that someone went through and no one mentioned.
Nobody mentioned. You're right. Nobody mentioned, and that could be a huge problem. And we know that taking that, applying this to life, that's a huge thing in life. That you're going through, a lot of people going through mental health, they don't want to say anything. They think, like, they are going through this by themselves. There's no help out there. There's nothing. Nobody will ever say help them. Nobody will ever care for them. And that's what we try to, like, put it out there.
So what I'm hearing you say is you're making mental health and the ability to talk openly about it a key enabler of someone to be able to lead the life they want to lead.
Absolutely. And that's, I kind of like fight against the stigma about mental health, because that's mental health. Nobody, a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it.
So we have to get rid of that stigma.
Yes, to get in there, and that's kind of like, and that's a huge fight right there that we're going through, day after day.
So when you
I like that. That's like a start. What is that?
Yeah, it's a start.
I like that. Yeah, you're pretty good at this.
Yeah, I've worked on that a long time. So what do you? I've noticed you got a lot of good positive energy about yourself. How does how you show up for people? When you do this conversation and build trust. Yeah. How does the quality of energy that you bring help people, and what's that impact on people when the way you show up for somebody?
To me, it's everything. To me, it's everything. The energy that I possess is everything, because you never know what the other person is going through, and I know that you ask me, it's like it comes down. I don't know. It comes down to the who you are, right?
Right.
I'm not saying that that's something that cannot be developed, or that's something that cannot be learned, but this is the person that I am, and I can take, I can tell you my parents, my dad has a huge energy, my mom has a huge energy, my dad was, oh my God, I love that man.
Is that kind of contagious then?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
So it would, and I would imagine the energy by bringing the transparency and letting people be open about this. Does their energy naturally start coming up, and their true selves start to come out?
Absolutely. One of the main things that we do at this gym is respect. Respect. Do not go. How do you call that? Respect their boundaries.
Right.
And let them. Because the energy. I know that the energy will at one point they will. They will break, or they. You know what I mean? Like they will kind of like. They will be the one ready. And they will come to us, and they will come to me and say, you know what, Coach, I remember what you've been telling me about the stigma about the knockdowns. I need to talk to you. I need help. For the most part, it happens. Now, I cannot tell you that it's going to happen right away the next day. But once you become and you start learning to building the trust and the rapport between you and your
right.
fighters and your I call everybody champions.
Right. So it sounds like when you talk about your fighters, you're really talking about everybody that you're working with. It's not just people who are training to box.
No. Like
the fighters are everybody.
Yeah, you a champion. You're a champion. Your wife says yes. You're a champion. Okay. I'm gonna have to get your belt. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have it as a reminder.
Okay.
I got you.
So these things that the reminder, I would imagine that this is negative. I mean, we talk a lot about positive and negative energy. Negative energy constrains you, and positive helps you build.
Yes.
It sounds like these knockdowns are negative energy. But the way to get past it is to be open.
Yes, to be open. And trust the right people. Trust the right people.
It's that energy quality. That's what we use as negative.
Yeah.
But this is positive, right? This, by being open about this can create positive.
Yeah, being open about it, realize it. Don't fight it, and understanding that you're not alone. Same thing as a boxing match, because when you see somebody fighting, I'm fighting my opponent in the big boxing match, championship match. But guess what? Once the round is over, guess what? You go back, and where you go? You go back, sit down in the stool, and then you talk to your coach. You talk to your second coach, your assistant, your water person, the cut man. So it's a team.
It's a team.
It's a team. It's always a team.
Is there anything else that comes to mind that you'd like to add to this?
Well, I would say that something that I like to talk to my, especially to all my champions, is like your why. Your why you want to do this. I feel like your why is a key that can definitely impact and can help so many people. It's like understanding why you want to get back up.
Right.
Because like I said, we believe in knockdowns, right? But now it's like, now you're down. I feel like
I have to have that goal, that why.
That why.
And that
why should I get back up? That's right. Why should I get back up?
And I imagine that's different for everyone.
That's right. And why to me could be anybody. It could be my daughter, it could be my wife, it could be my family, my grandma, my kids, myself. I got a lot of people that tell me, Jose, I don't have anybody in life. I'm like, what? You got yourself? You know what I'm saying? You got the decision that you never lost that. Right. You got a decision to stay down, a decision to get back up and rise. So so
you're really bringing it into the moment for people and embrace that.
Yes.
What lives in. Okay.
Because and that's what it comes down. Like we believe that life is a fight, and we are champions. So you know what time it is. Let's go, champs.
Right.
That's right.
Jose, thank you very much. Awesome.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you to our guest and the Sprint Ahead Mobilizing Leadership people who are collectively working to create leadership for all through shared purpose, connected communities, new opportunities to learn, and action-based leadership experiences. We look forward to hearing your insights. Please connect and move forward with us.